look ahead to VCU and the confidence with which fighters have going in?
Sure. So, well, obviously, it's a big game, and I've talked about this every year I've been here. It's great to have a rival like this because at the beginning of the season, it's now the 2 games that we circle on our schedule. We know how good VCU is, how good they've been, and then how great the rivalry is. So there have been special games and exciting games, and we're looking forward to going down there and playing tomorrow. I feel like we're winning games obviously helps build confidence, but also we've done some things that have been very good, particularly defensively. But I think that our offense is I've been telling Bob that I think our ceiling on offense is higher than we've shown, and I think I hope that we're starting to demonstrate that a little bit more. And we'll see tomorrow against what we know is a great VCU team.
10 months after Jason Nelson has left University of Richmond, do you have any strong feel one way or another about how that went down?
I can only speak to Jason was a great teammate at Richmond. He was, an excellent member of the team, a very good student, a great kid to be around. And so, after he entered the transfer portal, I don't know as much, after that. So, no, I know that he's doing well. He's playing well. He's on a really good team. And, obviously we appreciate the things that he did for Richmond.
What does it mean for you personally to be back in this rivalry?
Yeah.
Because you missed the game at the Cedar Center last season. Yeah,
no, it's great. Again, I think that one of the things, anybody who probably went through a health scare like that appreciates their job, or maybe they don't appreciate their job, but their family, their friends, those kinds of things. And for me, Richmond basketball is just such a big part of who I am and who our family is really. And so that game is special. And I was hated to miss that game last year. And so I'm excited to be part of it and to go and play, and hopefully is another great game.
Was it right after you had the surgery that game and you couldn't watch it or something?
I was scheduled to have the surgery on Tuesday, and it got postponed 1 week. So I hadn't had the surgery yet on that Friday night game. I did not watch the game. No.
Neil mentioned, I asked him about the biggest takeaway. He says the game against David kind of prepared the team for what they will face on the road at VCU. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a very good assessment. The intensity of the crowd and the what feels like such a big game. That's always what it feels like in the Richmond VCU game. Before, when we were in different conferences, that game was earlier in the season. It felt like that, and now that we're in the same conference, it certainly feels like that.
Coach Mooney, when Neil Quinn got here, he said improving his physical fitness was a big part of why he was here. Can you rate how he's done in that area from the time he arrived until the time he arrived here?
Yeah, I would give him an A+. So he was at Lafayette, and he was in school during COVID, and so at the time, Lafayette's facilities aren't quite as good as Richmond's facilities, and they're having one guy in the weight room at a time, and so really difficult for somebody who really wants to attack and needs to attack his physical fitness and reshaping his body. And so coming here, that was something very important to him, and Jay DeMayo was an important person that we had speak to him and walk him through the process of how we try to do that. And I would give Neil an A+. Not only does he work on his game every single day outside of the practice window, but he works on his fitness. That's not an easy thing for big guys to do. Lifting extra weights maybe, but he's on he's on the treadmill, he's on the bike. That's a taxing thing for a big guy to do, and something he's really been committed to.
As far as the matchup, what do you have to take away from VCU to come out with a win?
Well, they shoot three-point shots really well. When they get hot, they can be very explosive. They're a team I feel like that can thrive in transition, but also has a very nice balanced offensive attack. And so, if you can at least stop the transition, I think you have a little bit better chance of defending them in the half court. if you can't stop the transition, then you don't really have much of a chance to guard them. So I think that'll be a very important part. And part of that is, 4 guys who get the defensive rebound can push the ball up the court. And so that's different than most teams who are looking for one particular outlet guy. And when they push them up the court, they're attacking. So that's something that we really want to emphasize is we have a better chance of guarding them in the half court than we do in transition.
Coach Mooney, Fran Dunphy's in his 32nd year as a college coach, and he's 75 years old. Is it possible that your career will extend that long?
The years or the age? Not the age. Not the age.
Too much.
He's 75?
75.
I don't think so, John. I don't think so, but I appreciate the vote of confidence.
You're moving into your 20th year. Do you see 32 as a possibility?
I don't really know. I mean, I would say that my younger son, Ryan, will be in 6th grade next year. And so I feel like, whether he's through 12th grade or he's through college would probably be the determining factor from my end.
So that would be a cutoff point if you look down the road.
That could be something that we looked at down the road, yeah.
Hey, Neil, could you start with just the mindset of the Spiders coming into VCU, 11-game winning streak, first place in the league?
Yeah, I think we're very confident. We really like the position that we're in. We've been playing some really good basketball, especially on the defensive end, and this is obviously a lot of people's first time in the VCU-Richmond matchup, and it should be a great experience for everybody involved.
People talk scouting reports. I wonder what kind of scout you got on number 1 for VCU, sophomore point guard, Jason Nelson.
I feel like I shouldn't talk. You try to get me in trouble. No comment.
Do you have a feel about playing a guy that you were playing with this time last year?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Do you have a feel that's kind of ideal playing against the fellow you were playing with this time last year?
Well, I mean, I already did it, against Lafayette. So, I mean, I guess it'll be strange given that it was so recent. But Nell's a good kid, and I hope he does well.
Where's the confidence with this group right now?
I think it's really high. I think everybody's, it's not like a cocky confidence, but it's more of just we all know what our role is, and we're all doing really well on it. And, we all listen and buy in on the defensive end, on the offensive end, and it's just a matter of going out there and playing together and playing for each other, and I think that's a really good spot to be in.
What do you tell guys that will be playing in their first VCU-Richmond matchup this weekend?
I mean, it's exciting. This is why you go play college sports, for atmospheres like it's going to be in the Siegel Center when it comes to a return game in March. These are what you grow up wanting to do as a kid, and being in those environments with the screaming fans. Always going to be a close, contested game, so it's going to be a great experience for everybody.
Coach has talked all year about a higher ceiling for the offense. Wednesday night seemed to maybe show a little of this, at least the numbers did. What did you see from the offense Wednesday, and where are you seeing that ceiling going?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Jordan was sensational. Just felt like he was just scoring at will. And then everybody else, we all just, we scored in the spurts that we could. The ball was moving. Our shots were falling. I mean, everything seemed to go the way we wanted it to. And we got to keep the ball moving up and keep making shots, and then everything else will fall into place.
How much do you kind of agree with that assessment that there's still an even higher ceiling offensively? Defensively seems to be pretty top-notch.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we could play much better on offense. I could play better, and even then, shots will fall. Even if shots from 3 don't fall, being able to dominate the paint is very important for our offense, and I need to do a better job of doing that. But overall, I think we can have a really high ceiling this year.
What's the biggest thing you need to take away from VCU?
To just be in that environment. We had a game like this in Dayton here. Now to have a game of that caliber on the road is going to be very important for us to see how we can handle that. And then, we need to win that game, obviously. We want to keep the streak alive, want to keep winning. So it's just a matter of going out there, taking what we learned from this season and the confidence and the aggressiveness and the togetherness that we've been playing with and taking it on the road.